Okay, time to learn about the power of custom audiences. So Facebook has this really neat feature that allows you to customize the audience instead of just using. I mean, in the last video, I showed you as we placed an ad and we chose the demographic, the age group of the people, um, their gender, if we wanted to, um, the country that they're in. You can get more specific to the state that they're in, or area or province, things like that. And you can narrow in that way. But more recently, Facebook actually lets you use custom audiences, which is it's really interesting. It's so you get to actually control who your ad's shown to. So that right here in the ad manager, it used to just be part of the Power Editor, I believe, but now it's actually here in the ad manager, right in Facebook. So you can create an audience from a data file. So maybe you have a list of email subscribers from your website, from your opt-in pages, from your squeeze pages, and stuff like that. Maybe you went and rented a list or bought a list of email addresses, which in the email world would be considered spam. But here's a traffic hack for you. You can now go buy a list of emails, spam free emails, right? A million spam free emails of people interested in diabetic supplements or whatever your niche is. So you can get that and use the Facebook custom audience, upload that list wherever you got it, that database of people who are interested in this topic, upload it into Facebook. And I mean, there's nothing black hat about it because all you're doing is saying, "Hey, Facebook, I want you to display my ads to these people," right? It's not like you're getting into their inbox or anything like that. It's you're just telling Facebook specifically who to run your ads to, just like we did in the other ad where we said we'll run them to this demographic and people interested in this thing. But it's just this way you have a little bit more control. So go ahead and upload your email list from your autoresponders into here, and that way you've got a custom audience. Um, if you happen to use MailChimp as your autoresponder, here's a seamless way to do it. Otherwise, just export the data file, name it, my opt-ins, describe it. Now, what the type of data can it take? So it can take email addresses, and what it'll do is it'll take all your email addresses. So maybe you upload 100,000 email addresses in here. Facebook will very quickly try to match them up with any Facebook user that happens to have that same email address. If so, they're added to this custom audience. If it can't find a match, it throws it aside and looks at the next one. So you may upload 100,000 email addresses in here, and you get a custom audience size of 40,000 because it was able to match up 40,000 of them and not the other 60,000 or something like that. So that's what you can do. If you have Facebook user IDs, and I'm gonna show you a software hack that we use to grab these. But if you have Facebook user IDs, you can actually upload a file, a CSV file, with those user IDs and say, "Here, Facebook, I want you to advertise specifically to these people." Same thing with phone numbers or mobile advertiser IDs. So any of those data pieces that you have, you can create a custom audience for. And almost without fail, we've found that our custom audience ads, we get results significantly cheaper. They're always the winners, right? I can think of two instances where that wasn't the case. Otherwise, it's always been the case. So custom audiences are huge. This is a huge Facebook hack. If you're looking for traffic hacks, this is it. Use custom audiences in Facebook. Um, Let me show you how to build some really fun custom audiences. We're going to use a software tool that's available out there on the market. It's called Social Lead Freak, okay? Social Lead Freak, SLF. Once it's set up, you can dig into Facebook and find those custom audiences left and right. So again, let's look at the Jane Austen category again, okay? So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to groups, and I'm going to search any group that likes Jane Austen. That's my keyword. If I'm in Facebook and I know a specific group, I can get really specific with it right here. But for any of these open groups that aren't closed, look at that. It pulls it right over, says there's 499 members of the group. These are them. I can export their Facebook user IDs right to my desktop. So we'll call it Jane Austen members 1. instantly I have a custom audience of 499 highly targeted people interested in this topic, right? And I can come through here and continue to do it. Here's a group of 97. Here's a group of 2,000. I can get even more specific. I can do, if I know that I'm promoting the Blu-ray to people who love, the specific video, maybe Pride and Prejudice, assuming I spelled that right. So it's a closed group. With the closed groups, you can only export them if you're logged in as a Facebook user who is in the closed group. That way you can get in. But here's one. Pride and Prejudice quotes. People who love the movie so much they created a whole group just to throw quotes out there. 70 of them, right? So you just keep exporting these people. You just keep extracting them. And you get all their custom audiences. Keep exporting like crazy with as many different keywords as you can think of. Same thing with events. Maybe somebody is holding Jane Austen events. I wouldn't be surprised. Here we are, the Jane Austen evening, 2005. 63 people attending. If they are attending an event about this topic, they are highly targeted. They didn't only just click like on a page, they didn't only actually join a group that they're interacting with, but they're actually going to get out of their house and go to a live event on this topic. So talk about target audiences, grab all those event people for sure. Places, pages. The way the pages works a little bit different. So in here, let's look for some Jane Austen pages. I know there's a ton of them. So Jane Austen movies fans, right here. There's 16,000 likes, but here's the thing. I've clicked like on stuff before and I've never ever gone back to it, right? So of these 16,000, how many people are actually interacting? So what Social Lead Freak, this is a huge traffic hack, what they let you do is you can actually extract comments, extract the Facebook user IDs of people who've commented on posts or who have liked on those posts. So these are people who are still actively engaging with that page. So it's not just a raw batch of the 16,000 people, but instead you're extracting people who have actually been commenting or liking on specific posts in that page. And so it just gets so much more of a hot targeted market. So you export these people and you bring them over here and you create a custom audience and you create it from a data file, and these are Jane Austen members, scraped from groups or events. It's going to be a list of user IDs. I'm going to choose the file. There it is. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to create the audience. All 499 records were added successfully. Perfect. Social Lead Freak did a perfect job of getting 100% of the people scraped out and put up in here. It does take up to an hour for this audience to be ready as Facebook links them all up. But of course you can always add or remove people. So I'm going to add again, choose my second file, and I can just continue to do this with all of my files. Just add them all into that group, right? So I'm going to, everyone that I'm scraping and grabbing, I'm throwing them in here. So I have this really hot custom audience that I can run ads to, and it's going to be significantly more responsive because you've used this custom audience traffic hack. So another thing with the custom audiences, if that wasn't cool enough, with custom audiences, you now have the ability to get custom audiences from your website. So what this is, you may or may not have heard about retargeting, but that's what it is. So basically, retargeting, remarketing, it's a tactic for identifying people who took a specific action on your website, and putting an ad in front of them. So I'm using this right now with some of Russell's stuff, and it's awesome. So what we've done is we've put this pixel, right? So you get, and you click right here and you create the remarketing pixel. You get that pixel and you put it on strategic places of a website. So whether you want to be broad and you want to put it on just the main root page. You want to put it on the success, thanks for opting in page, or you want to put it on, I've actually purchased something, thank you page. Get as specific as you want, and Facebook will automatically fire back on that pixel when Facebook users visit your page and take specific actions, and it starts building an audience in here, without any more requirement on your part. It starts building an audience in here, and you can run an ad now to that audience, and that audience will stay always fresh, right? Because it's always going to be people who visited that site, and you can change the audience to be people who visited your site or took those actions on your site or sites within the last 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 120 days. So you can be as hot and fresh as you want, or as broad as you want, back to, I think, 180 days is the longest it'll keep a person on that custom audience from the pixel. So really, really awesome ways. I mean, the audience is huge when it comes to running your ads, because you can run an ad, the most amazing ad, and show it to the wrong person, and they're not going to buy, they're not going to take action because it doesn't speak to them. So make sure you have your audiences right. Use custom audiences by all means. It's easy now. Facebook has put it in the main ads manager, and everyone has access to it.